Travel along, Catholic pilgrims, for 1 year as we read through St. Faustina's diary. Join me, Amy Thomas, each day for a short reading out of the diary which brought us a deeper understanding of Christ's divine mercy. Hey Catholic pilgrims, it's day 25 of our readings through St. Faustina's diary. Today's show is sponsored by My Saint, My Hero. My Saint, My Hero is a jewelry company that I came into contact with when I was living in Dayton, Ohio. I absolutely love their jewelry. I think it's very tasteful, and they have jewelry for men, women, children. They've got it all. Earrings, bracelets, necklaces, you name it. All kinds of different saint emblems. They got the Saint Benedict cross. They've got the miraculous medal. I can't recommend them enough. I truly enjoy their wearable blessings, and I hope that you check them out. You can find them at www.mysaintmyhero.com. All right. So, how was your weekend, Catholic pilgrims? I hope it was a good one. We're going to get started today in our readings from Notebook 1 and numbers 71 through 73. Today, as I was reading through these different readings, what stuck out to me the most and what spoke to me the most is something that I know I struggle with. And so I'm going to be talking to you about, I guess, maybe a sin of mine that I don't like to admit. There are some sins that we don't really, mind admitting, like I know I'm vain and stuff like that, but this one's going to be particularly hard, and her writings today really kind of convicted me. So we're going to jump right in and see what she has to say. I was sent for treatment to our house in Plock, and there I had the privilege of decorating the chapel with flowers. That was at Biala. Sister Thekla did not always have time for this, so I often decorated the chapel by myself. One day, I had picked the prettiest roses to decorate the room of a certain person. When I was approaching the porch, I saw Jesus standing there. In a kindly way, he asked me, "My daughter, to whom are you taking these flowers?" My silence was my reply to the Lord, because I recognized immediately that I had a very subtle attachment to this person, which I had not noticed before. Suddenly, Jesus disappeared. At the same moment, I threw the flowers on the ground and went before the Blessed Sacrament, my heart filled with gratitude for the grace of knowing myself. O Divine Son, in your rays the soul sees the tiniest specks of dust which displease you. O Jesus, eternal truth, our life, I call upon you and I beg your mercy for poor sinners. O sweetest heart of my Lord, full of pity and unfathomable mercy, I plead with you for poor sinners. O most sacred heart, font of mercy, from which gush forth rays of inconceivable graces upon the entire human race, I beg of you light for poor sinners. O Jesus, be mindful of your own bitter passion, and do not permit the loss of souls redeemed at so dear a price of your most precious blood. O Jesus, when I consider the great price of your blood, I rejoice at its immensity, for one drop alone would have been enough for the salvation of all sinners. Although sin is an abyss of wickedness and ingratitude, the price paid for us can never be equaled. Therefore, let every soul trust in the passion of the Lord and place its hope in his mercy. God will not deny his mercy to anyone. Heaven and earth may change, but God's mercy will never be exhausted. Oh, what immense joy burns in my heart when I contemplate your incomprehensible goodness, O Jesus. I desire to bring all sinners to your feet, that they may glorify your mercy throughout endless ages. O my Jesus, despite the deep night that is all around me and the dark clouds which hide the horizon, I know that the sun never goes out. O Lord, though I cannot comprehend you and do not understand your ways, I nonetheless trust in your mercy. If it is your will, Lord, that I live always in such darkness, may you be blessed. I ask you only one thing, Jesus. Do not allow me to offend you in any way. O my Jesus, you alone know the longings and the sufferings of my heart. I am glad I can suffer for you, however little. When I feel that the suffering is more than I can bear, I take refuge in the Lord in the Blessed Sacrament, and I speak to him with profound silence. Okay, so most of this today is a prayer. She's written down her prayer. Maybe she, wrote this down in front of the Blessed Sacrament or in her room. We don't know, but, and, just a beautiful prayer. She's way more refined in her prayer writings than I am in mine. But what stuck out to me, and like I said in the beginning, the first part of her prayer really convicted me. And I'll tell you why. It's how she views poor sinners. She sees them as people to just pray for. She recognizes that they're sinning and, that they're doing bad things, but gosh, she wants so badly to help them, and she wants God's mercy poured out upon them, and she wants every soul to trust in his passion. And she's so sad and so broken up that there's these sinners in the world who maybe are never going to make it to heaven because maybe they haven't been evangelized, or maybe they don't trust in God, or whatever reason. She has this deep sorrow, which is, I contrast with how I usually deal with poor sinners, knowing that I myself am one. But, sometimes when I see somebody who I can clearly tell is sinning badly, because, some things are just super blatant, there's almost a part of me that, I don't know how to say it, it doesn't feel sorrow for them necessarily. I almost feel comforted in the fact that I'm not them. I'm not committing that sin. Look at how good I am because I'm not them. I guess it's a pride thing, and pride, man, I struggle with pride. It's so pathetic that I feel that way, but I notice that about myself. Like if I see someone committing really horrible sin, my first instinct is not necessarily to rush to pray for them or to try to gently bring them out of that sin or anything like that. It's almost like there's an impulse to just let them be in that sin so I look good. Is that not sad? That's so sad. It's kind of embarrassing that I am saying this, but it's true. And I have to say it, otherwise I'm never going to work on it. And I want to be like Sister Faustina. When I see poor sinners, I want to have this deep, merciful pity for them. Not like, oh, poor little pitiful thing, pat them on the head, but just like, oh man, if I could only help you out of this, because this is not what I want for you. And I don't care, if it takes away from my shine that if you get out of the sin, which it won't, but for some reason we think that, like, if somebody stops sinning, that somehow they're going to take our glory. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Sometimes the way we think about sin and what pride makes us think is just so ridiculous. And sometimes there's almost like I don't know, glee isn't the right word, but when we see them try to get out of that sin, but then they keep stumbling in it, there's almost this glee. Maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, and I'm confessing this to you all, and you're like, wow, she's a really bad person. But I don't know that I can be the only one that feels this way. I don't know. It's a pride thing, wanting to make myself, feel like I'm better than other people. Like, well, I'm not like them. But this is how we should be is like Sister Faustina. To pray for poor souls, to do our utmost best to try to bring them along with us, because we should want every soul to come to Christ. And if I'm sitting here and I'm kind of happy that they're stuck in a certain sin because I think it makes me look good, even though the irony is I'm stuck in my prideful sin, but if I'm not reaching out to them, I'm not doing the Christian thing. And that's sad. And maybe there have been souls along the way of my path that I've just kind of let go. I could have been of help to them in some way through prayer or good example, or maybe, just gently helping them to see that maybe there is a better way. I don't know. It just really got me thinking that this is definitely something I need to work on And maybe I'm not the only one. So I loved reading her prayer because I'm like, man, this is the prayer of a good Catholic. This is the prayer of a saint. And she just is, at a loss at what she can do to help these souls, and she prays so much for them, and it's beautiful how she loves them. And I hope that, we can all strive to say these kinds of prayers about our fellow man, recognizing that we are sinners too, and I sure hope people are praying for me. So that's what I would take along today. Maybe you don't struggle with this, or maybe you do. Maybe I'm the only one, but no matter what, even if it isn't something you struggle with, let's make sure that we're always praying for those who, maybe are trapped in their addictions to different sins, and that we desperately want to show them a better way and show them the way of Christ. So I will see you back here tomorrow, Catholic Pilgrims, for day 26. And until then, live the faith boldly and travel well.